And here we are.
And here we are.
Congratulations.
Right? Well, thank you, and to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
We've survived,
Thrived.
So I just want to start by reading from your website, because I love this line, and I want you to explain it to me, but I think I get it.
Okay.
Jones Road is a lifetime of beauty knowledge distilled. What does that mean?
Just that I've learned so much, and I just know how to make it really simple. So I just kind of broke it down into like the simple things that matter.
So 30 years ago, you couldn't have created this brand.
100% not.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% not. So much has changed personally for me and in our world that Jones Road is really a reflection of me and my aesthetic and what I think women should know.
Things you would have never known 20, 30 years ago.
Things I did not know, no. There is something good about getting older, everyone.
There's a lot good about it, actually. Did you ever, when you were growing up, maybe starting in your first job or coming out of college, did you ever imagine like your career after 50 years old, 55, 60? 65. Did you like plan for that?
First of all, my first job was selling shoes, and then I went to school to study makeup. So did I think I was going to ever do anything remarkable? Not really. And when my husband and I sold our first business, I signed a 25-year non-compete, which I counted on my fingers. I would have been 60 when the non-compete was up. I wouldn't want to work when I was 60, I thought, when I was 32 years old. Yeah.
You signed a 25-year non-compete.
Right. Yeah. I was going to be in my 60s, which I was. When it went away, which was the day I launched my new makeup company, I was 64 years old.
Did you regret signing the non-compete?
I don't regret anything.
A 25-year non-compete?
You know,
I've never heard of that.
I didn't know any better. And honestly, when you're in your early to mid-30s, how can you even imagine being in your 60s? That just sounded so old to me. And by the way, it was old when we were in our 30s. 60 was older. And now, I have a friend who's in his 80s, just went to Burning Man. Like, it's not. I think there's a groundswell about positivity from aging. And by the way, it comes from inside of you. No one's going to hand it to you. You have to just see the positive side of it.
I think it's something to be said for owning it, and not being afraid of it.
Right.
It's wisdom.
It is.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's really beautiful. And by the way, there's so many things to be focused on, except what's not right. The back or whatever. No, if your back hurts, guess what? Do yoga, right? I mean, or go see a chiropractor. There's so many things you could do to feel better, and it requires a lot of work, by the way, to make yourself feeling better.
Well, it's about, if I may, it's about sort of turning that frown upside down. And I feel like in our 30s, we're rushing around and we're seeing what's wrong and trying to fix everything.
Right.
And I find in my 50s, I'm like enjoying everything that's so right. And I really don't see the things that I thought were stressful. I just think back going, oh, poor child.
Right. Yeah, why did I waste all my energy on that? And I think the pandemic also helped a lot of us put things into perspective. And I don't want to think about in 5 years how old I'm going to be. People say, when do you want to sell this new company? And I'm like, I don't, because I'm thinking about now, not in 5 years.
Right. So I think you told the FT that you never want to be part of a billion-dollar brand again.
I did say that, but it's heading in that direction.
Take it back. Take it back.
I could take it back. I don't want to do what I did. I want to do everything I'm doing differently.
It is about doing things differently when you get to a certain stage and you have experience, not just ups, but the downs.
Right, and also, all the things I've learned, I know exactly what to do, but even more important, I know what not to do. I know what not to waste my time and energy and money on.
Tell me what not to do. What do you not do anymore in terms of your business strategy and life?
I don't hire consultants. I don't hire focus groups. I have the internet. My people tell me what they think and feel. I just tell someone what I want and what I think and what we should do and approve things without a committee. One of the things, I like being the boss. I like having people around me that give their opinion and tell me what they think, but I like being the boss.
It's fun.
Yeah, makeup is not to be decided on by committee.
Yeah, that seems tough, actually.
Yeah, it was not the easiest part of my last job.
So there are some things in the way you do business now that you would never do again? You just won't go back to?
No, I won't go back. And there's just so many new ways to do things that, by the way, don't cost as much money doing. Getting the message out there, getting the word out there, and you don't have to do what you did before.
So let's talk about that. You're direct to consumer, right?
We have one store.
One store?
One store.
One store.
In Montclair, New Jersey. Yeah, which is going gangbusters.
So where does most of your sales happen?
Direct to consumer.
Okay.
Yeah, direct to consumer.
Like on TikTok?
Well, TikTok has kind of quadrupled our business when I went on TikTok. I mean, it's probably doubled now, but at first it was quadrupled.
Can I ask like what those numbers look like?
Yeah, they look good.
They look good?
They look good.
Like how good? Like
really good.
Give me a ballpark.
I'm so bad with numbers, and a lot. Whatever we did, in our first year, which I don't, I'll tell you off camera.
Okay.
We are going to triple it this year.
And a lot because of TikTok?
I think a lot because of TikTok, but a lot because my team, like I bring the knowledge and the marketing and the formulas and the product, and my team brings the marketing. Like they bring the digital marketing, they bring the marketing. My head of marketing, my head of PR, my head of social, like my team. It's my team. My COO, my assistant, my second assistant. Like it's the team that really makes the brand tick.
Where do you do most of your direct-to-consumer outreach?
Certainly email. We have a huge email list. I know we have I'm not really great remembering numbers, but I know we have a 48% open rate, which is really good for an email. Our emails are visually beautiful and informative. We also, we're Instagram, we're Facebook, and things have shifted. They used to be Facebook ads that turned into Instagram ads that now are turning into TikTok ads. My team is young and scrappy and finger on the pulse, and they just get things done.
And it's you talking a lot.
Oh, it's me talking. I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, I'm the one that really...
No, you are.
I know.
You're a TikTok star.
Yes, and everyone has to say, Bobbi Brown, TikTok sensation, 65. They have to say it.
Thanks.
And at 65 years old, I did not think I was going to have to worry about always having a camera in my face, but I've gotten good with lighting, and I do most of my TikToks after I've had a blowout because I just feel better.
Yeah.
There's plenty in a ponytail, and there's plenty where...
There are. No,
there's
a
plenty.
lot of gritty,
I do.
like, let me talk to you.
I do. But I try to make it flattering. I'm not trying to shock. I'm just trying to communicate.
Yeah.
And it's just a very, very loud, big microphone, and it's hit a nerve, and it's like, it doesn't cost anything. Honestly, it doesn't cost anything. My head of social is my daughter-in-law. My head of marketing is my son. My husband is doing the business with me, so it's turned into a family affair.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah, most days, yes.
But that's true. There's that.
Yes. You seem to work with your husband too. So
I work with my husband. Yes. It's not challenging at all.
No, it's great.
Actually, I feel really blessed.
Right.
That's something that I'm like, now we're 4 hours.
Right.
We're like, wow, I hope we like each other.
But all those things are challenges, but it's how we deal with them and the choices we make is how good or how not good it is. Like I've learned how to talk and say things that weren't as insulting.
Oh, so you tend to be, you have really good advice. I watched something you actually just told me. It was like, we don't view ourselves, but the way you say it is better. It's like I'm listening and I go, oh my God.
No, we do.
I've got to stop that.
Yeah, we view ourselves terribly. I complimented you and you said what was wrong, and I said what was wrong for me, but then I said, we pick those things out, and it's just no one else notices it. Yes, I'm 5 foot tall. I'm wearing really high heels because I'm going to a cocktail party tonight. I cannot walk in my sneakers or, my head will hurt. So, but that's my thing. Like my husband is happy with me being little. Like he's like, well, who cares? Everyone knows you're little, but I feel better wearing my heels.
So your brand is you.
Yeah.
Your advice
is
and
me.
Your make, it's you.
It's me. And it's honestly like what I learned from Aunt Alice, my 91-year-old aunt, who's never taken any medication in her life. literally still takes, lessons, painting, and she just is an amazing human. She's my biggest role model because she's just like, everything's fine. It's fine, nothing's wrong.
It's really good advice.
It's really good advice.
Because we don't think that way.
Right.
We think everything is wrong. I'm curious though also, do you and your team talk about, I'm sure you do, but have you thought of any adjustments along the way, given what we've learned about the impact social media, not necessarily your social media, but Instagram, and I don't know so much about TikTok if it has this negative, but a lot of young girls are struggling with their self-image and their mental health because of some of these platforms kind of influencing them.
I mean, of course, we are very sensitive, and there's things that I might say that I won't say on video, and everyone is sensitive to a lot of things, so we're always careful with what we say. No one wants to insult anyone, and I happen to be like a nice person who cares about people, so I like to empower people and not make people feel bad.
No, in fact, we probably need more of this type of thing on social media. I am amazed at how you get they all follow you. How many followers do you have on TikTok?
A lot. I don't even know. A lot.
I'm going to get the numbers off
a
camera.
lot. A lot.
So, what do you think your greatest accomplishment was in your life? If you have a lot of them, but over the age of 50.
Well, I think first of all, helping women of all ages to feel comfortable in their skins and to empower people, to let them know that I really do believe that you could do anything you set your mind to, and you could figure it out. I don't care if you're in your 20s, I don't care if you come from certain situations where it doesn't look like you have everything handed to you. There are some amazing success stories, and and there's people that have been handed everything that have literally flushed it down the toilet. So it's what you do with what's handed to you that matters.
It appears that you feel empowered to speak your mind and to be who you are, if that's
pretty
fair
much,
to say.
Pretty much.
Did that come with age?
Of course, of course. I mean, I am different in my 60s than I was in my 50s, and I'm going to tell you how much better 60s are than 50s.
Really?
Yeah, and 40s. But like all my decades, like 30s was so interesting because I sold the company. I had 2 kids. I lived out of the city. I was learning new things. I was crazy traveling. 40s was interesting. I had a baby and things got more settled, but then they were super, super busy. And then 50s were like, okay, I still feel good in my 50s. I look good. I'm still working. And 60s were oh my gosh, it could be anything you want it to be. And that's honestly, there's something really freeing when you turn 60. And you're just like, okay, watch me. This is what I want to do, and this is how I want to live my life.
A lot of women in their 20s, 30s, I know have daughters feeling this crunch, but they seem to be rushing around a lot. They feel like if they don't have that job by 30 or by 35, they'll never get there, or they'll never. What's your advice to younger women who feel so rushed?
Well, it's funny. Some of the women feel that way. Others, because of the pandemic, have started living their life differently and making different choices.
I've seen that.
And I think that's okay. And right now, being an entrepreneur and starting your own business, whatever it is possible with the help of social media. So a lot of people are starting to become consultants or create, a granola company. I don't think we need another granola company in the universe, but it's an opportunity for people.
It is, and there's a long runway.
There is a long runway. And by the way, I think about myself being 70 and 80 and 90 and who I want to be, how I want to feel, and what I want to be doing. And I know there's going to be something that I haven't done yet, because what else am I going to do except try things, right?
Well, and you're going to have to take back that comment you made to the FT, I have a feeling.
Oh, yes, yeah. I mean, it happens to be, despite myself, it happens to be going splendidly well.
Yeah, it really is. Was there ever a moment before you reached the age of 50 where you just wanted to give up?
I never wanted to give up being in the beauty industry, I might have wanted to give up being at my company, but I stuck with it.
What was it that kept you in the game?
Well, there was days and weeks that were really tough and challenging, and I'm someone, for whatever reason, I see the glass, all full, and I always think I could fix things. So I was always kind of coming in with the resolve, I know how to do that. Watch me fix this. I had a visual roll of tape that I could just tape up and fix things, and it took a long time to realize that I couldn't.
Genuinely, I really appreciate this. I love your advice. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.